All right, it's gonna work this time. Okay.
Yep, it's streaming on YouTube now. It's live.
Okay, the timer. All right. Oh, so the time is 6 o'clock. And I call the June 23rd Board of Selectmen's meeting to order. Item number 1 on the agenda is approval of minutes.
I read the minutes. I make a motion they be approved as written.
I second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of, I can't remember what, the last meeting. June 9th.
It's 9.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, hearing none, the minutes are approved. All right, so we have citizens' comments. I received none. Correspondence and announcements. Everything I have is posted on the website and was also posted in the newsletter. So I'll just go through them real quick for the minutes. Let's see, what do we have? I received some information from the Health Education Center with some scholarships for health professional students that are available for New London County residents, which Voluntown is in. I also received some information from them about, to let residents know about AmeriCorps fiscal year 2021 applications are available. I received some information from the Connecticut Department of Health that contained frequently asked questions about COVID-19 testing. So if anyone has any questions about how the state is doing that, the link is on the website as well. The tax collector's notice has gone out, notifying residents that the tax bills are going out and are start to be payable on June 1st. And there's also information about the deferral on that as well. And I also received information from Uncas Health that they are no longer recommending that playgrounds and rec fields be closed to the public. So on June 17th, we opened up the playgrounds, and we just we're putting notices up that nothing is being disinfected. So, and everyone to maintain social distancing to others on the playground. And that is all that I have. I don't know if anyone else has any correspondence.
Was there any mention of beaches, or is that a deep thing?
The beaches, that's a deep thing. DEP, we did open Finn Beach because it was determined that our lease qualified it as a town beach for that time and not a state beach. So that's why we have permission to open, because at the time we're leasing it, we are considered a town beach, not a state beach. And we're following the pool guidelines for recommended by the DECD for Connecticut's reopening.
Thank you.
Yep. Board and committee reports. We have the budget for fiscal year 1920. I think everyone got a copy of that. The report shows that we are estimated to have $31,568 not used out of the 2019-2020 budget.
I think there'll be a little bit more, but I estimated just in case some other bills come in that I'm not sure about.
Yeah. So we can see where the biggest chunks of not being spent.
The library,
Yep. I know some of the boards and commissions haven't paid their secretaries or staffs, which is some of planning and zoning. It's not
yeah, the
that
rec
much, though.
commission didn't spend it all. Planning and zoning didn't. And the
building-
public safety, we get, it's just an estimate, so normally we budget a certain amount every year. Sometimes we use the whole 32, sometimes we don't. You just never know how many calls and how many people are gonna respond. So that's a big savings there. But the biggest one is, the building official, the library.
Yeah. Don't know if anyone has any questions.
None from me.
Okay,
I'm good.
all right. Lost my agenda. Hold on. All right.
New business.
New business, yep. Proposed ordinance changes for Beach Pond. So, been going through the ordinance changes that we have, the ordinances that we have for Beach Pond were done in the 60s, and ordinance number 3 and ordinance number 4, they specifically refer to motorboats. I think that we can change that to like watercraft to include the ski-doos, to make it more inclusive of the ski-doos, because now by definition, the term is watercraft that the state uses that covers motorboats and ski-doos. So I'm suggesting for the ordinance that we change the motorboats to watercraft for both of them. They're both that way. And before we propose this for the public, to look into other ponds for ordinances with that they have as well, to see if there are things that we can add to. So I didn't know if anyone had any suggestions of what to look into or about any information about those suggested changes. No?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, so that's just something that I've been working on for the, and I'm also going to be talking to the town attorney to see as far as the ordinances in the pond, because we can put the ordinances out there, but we need help to enforce them. We don't have the capability to do that on our end. So it will be something we'll be working with the DEP with as well too. So I'm going to continue communication with them to see if there's anything they suggest as well. All right, next on the agenda, the fuel bid. So we haven't gone out with a fuel bid yet. We currently have East River Energy for the fiscal year 20 that we're ending right now. When we put the contract through with them, we did it for a certain, how many gallons was it?
1,000.
6,000?
14,000 total.
14, yeah. Julie can explain, yeah, Julie can explain this better than I can. She's explained it to me 1,000 times and I understand it, but she's better at explaining it.
So when we went out, it was a little late in September, so we did 14,000. Normally we do 20,000 gallons a year, but we did 14, figuring it might be closed for a little while because the garage project. Never ever thought anything about school closing and not being able to do the whole 14,000. So we only used 8,000 gallons total. We have 6,000 left on the contract that we're on the hook to pay for this fiscal year. And so they're not waiving it due to COVID. Due to COVID, it should be, you know, I would think they would do something. So what their proposal is, we can get out of the contract at a cheaper price and pay $10,000, and we get out of the contract of having to, and we lose the 6,000. We just get out of it completely by paying 10,000. Or we could pay for the 6,000 gallons at the $2.33 price we have as our contract now. As a credit this fiscal year, we pay for it and use those as a credit for the next budget year. So therefore we would pay it's like $13,000 now, and I would have prepaid 6,000 gallons. So when they go and use it next fiscal year, we don't have to pay for that 6,000. We'd probably, they propose another 8,000 gallons at $1.87. Some of the advantages you're paying upfront, some of it, and so next year the fuel cost will be a lot less. We have to pay something regardless. I think they should do something for us because of the COVID. I don't know why they're not waiving it, and I don't know if that's something you can ask them, you know, talk to them more about. If we want to stick with them, this is their proposal. If we don't want to stick with them, we pay for $10,000, cut our losses, go out to bid and choose somebody else.
So basically it comes down to we pay 10K and get nothing, or we pay 13K and we get $6,000 credit for next year.
Yeah, 6,000 gallons, yes.
Yeah, so it's a $3,000 difference.
Yes.
But we're on the hook no matter what. So I recommend that we go with the $13,000 option. So that way it's not money that's fully wasted.
I agree fully.
I would agree with that too, but I would think I would still suggest saying, hey, you know, due to COVID, nobody expected this. Can't you do something for us? Do it all at the $1.87 or something. I would ask for,
Oh, yeah.
them to give something. Because I'm sure we're not the only ones that didn't lose.
We're not. Yeah.
You know, and I know they lost out on a lot of fuel bills too, but with everybody in this boat, I mean, that's a big expense to.
Right.
I think it's good because we will prepay and it helps our budget next year.
Or it's
but-
going to be hard.
Yeah. I think they could have given a little bit and given it to us that my opinion, I think they should have given us at the $1.87, all of it. So.
Yeah.
We can propose it. I don't know if they'll agree to that. If they don't agree to that, what do you want to do?
It's still,
Come
I
back
think
and
it's,
talk to it? Come back and talk.
yeah, I would propose it, and if we go out to bid again, I don't know if we'd get anything that we'd want, so.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
So it sounds like our best path forward is we're going to reach out to them, see if we can get a better deal. If we can't, then we go with the $13,000 for the 6,000 gallon pre-buy for next year.
Or revisit it too. We can always revisit it.
Yeah, see what they propose.
Right.
Yeah. And then revisit. Okay. Anything else on that?
Nope. Yeah, the only thing is the budget that I gave you. I added 14,000 that budget to cover it. So that's why
cover
we're
it.
at the 35. So if for
Okay.
some reason that, that's included in that,
Okay,
but that's it.
my cat's trying to get out. All right, so next on the budget, on the agenda is the town hall reopening plan. So what we have planned for the town hall reopening is to open in phases. We're starting right now. We feel that we're meeting the needs of everyone that has needed assistance from the town hall by, we answer phone calls, we return phone calls, we're all responding and working via email and making appointments, and people have been coming in and getting things done. But we do know that starting on July 1st, people are going to want to come in to pay taxes. So we're going to start with opening the tax collector's office first. So that would be the only office open to the public to help not control, but help maintain the traffic flow and the traffic into the building. Since we are a small building, we are not going to be having one designated entrance and one designated exit, because we are handicapped. We only have one handicap entrance and exit, and we're just gonna mark distances, mark X's on the floor to show distances, and encourage people to abide by the 6 foot. And we know that people are being really good about moving out of the way for people if they do have to cross paths. So we're hoping that things will work out that way. And we also have signs up that and say not to come into the building if you've been sick, and just the regular COVID signs that everyone's seeing everywhere to put on the doors. So that will be the first phase, starting July 1st with the tax collector's office opened. We are putting up plexi barriers. Yeah, it's like, almost like not really glass. I don't know what they call it, plexiglass. It's like plastic.
Sneeze guards. They're called sneeze guards.
Yeah, sneeze guards. We have a bunch on order for almost every office. As can be expected, they're back ordered and they've been coming in stages. So we are getting the stuff that we need to open up more offices depending on how the traffic goes, and to make sure that that we are protecting the staff, and we're encouraging people to wear masks when they come in as well. So that's where we are with the opening. I don't know. It's just been challenging because of the size of the building and the way that our offices are set up. It makes it challenging to comply with the suggested openings. We would be following the suggested openings for businesses per the DECD guidelines, and it's really hard with what we have to work with to fit all of those suggested requirements. So we're working on the best that we can to do that. I don't know if anyone has any questions about that.
What date did you say we were doing that?
July 1st
Okay.
is when the tax collector's office will be open. Her hours, which are posted on the website, and that tax notice, the legal notice that I mentioned earlier about the tax bills going out and collection, is all on the homepage of the website for people to read, and it explains there about the tax collector's office opening times and stuff. So. Any other questions? Okay, so paving. Next on the agenda is Public Works paving. So the paving, we didn't do actual like formal bids for the paving. We approached the companies that we've been working with in the past. We gave them descriptions of what we were planning on doing and asked them to give us estimates as to how much they think each phase of that would cost. The legals, all the quotes are under legals and bid on the town website. You can see how the totals came out. And we are leaning towards working with I think was it Pastria?
No, also.
No, Allstate, yeah. Yeah, so we're working, leaning on working with
Allstate is the
Allstate.
lowest bid.
Oh, yep, the lowest bid on the top, yeah. They gave us estimates that we thought were closer to exactly what we had in the description of what we wanted to do. So those are the quotes for paving. So
They have been paving for us for quite a few years now.
yes,
They're the ones we used when we got the award for Sand Hill.
yep. So I don't know if we want to make a motion to go with Allstate for the paving.
I make a motion that we go with Allstate for the paving.
I'll second that.
Okay, so motion's been made and seconded to go with Allstate for the paving projects on, what did we have them for? Campbell, Shetucket, Wiley School Road, and Wiley Road.
I think we're just
the other
starting
half.
with Campbell right now.
Yep, we're starting with Campbell, and the rest will be as our paving budget and as our road budget goes. Because I think we're starting with Campbell, and then we have some drainage work that we have to do, and depending on the cost of that would be how we continue with our paving. So, because Campbell also has drainage work done to it too. So that will determine the amount of funds we have left as well. So, all right, so motion's been made, and I don't know if we voted on this yet because I've been talking too much.
We did not.
Okay, thanks. So the motion's been made and seconded to go with Allstate. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, hearing none, we will go with Allstate for our paving plans. Okay. And that brings us to the Public Works Drainage Project, Wiley, Shetucket, and we also have stuff going on Campbell for that too. But what we have going on with Wiley and Shetucket was we worked with Boundaries to come up with a plan for our drainage repairs. We had someone, they came in and had someone come in with to inspect the drains that are there now to see. We figured if we're paving, we might as well do the drain work first so we don't have to mess up the road and do it again. Some of the drainage pipes there are probably close to 100 years old. So they inspected them, they rated them as to, you could determine how bad they were damaged and how much they are in need of repair. And we are going to replace the ones that were in most need to, as determined by the inspections. So that will be going on. I think we were waiting to hear back to see when the repairs could start, and it looked like we should hear something by July 6th as to exactly when their start dates would be. We do know for Campbell Mill that we will have to close the road probably for one day of work. And we will find out for Wiley and and Shetucket, if we would have to close a section, close the road. We figured wherever we would close it, there would be ways to get around, so it wouldn't be like totally no access to anywhere. But we will have all that information for the residents when it comes down to that as well, so.
And we'll try to put it on the bulletin board there too, so that people know, put it on a little in advance so people can be ready for it.
Yeah, so that's just something for everyone to be aware of. Potential closings, and they would be short-term ones too. It's not like
when you say short term, you say a day, so
Not like-
24 hours?
not like bridge repair. No.
Yeah, like a day.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be like a day each time. It wouldn't be like for a long time. A day at the most for each section where they have to do work. I would think, from what I'm gathering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as you said, unlike bridge repair, which is
Yeah.
anywhere from 3 months to 3 years.
Right. So. And so I don't know, that's the end of, I don't know if anyone has any questions about that. We do have the actual plans and reports from that project. We do have them available if you wanted to see them, so. Does anyone have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
And I just remembered that I wanted to add something to the agenda, and it's like the end, so I don't know if I can or not.
You haven't made a motion to adjourn, so meeting is still open.
You can do it next time.
Well, I guess we can do it next time. I won't be nulled away if I did it wrong.
Okay, well, if it's not
All right.
urgent, then let's leave it for next time.
Yeah. Anything else?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right, so motion's been made and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. All right, meeting adjourned.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I gotta stop the YouTube.